All right, we back with another video. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, better understanding of self, and giving praise to the Most High. So, in this video, we got Christian Black, who was an inmate who died in custody of the state, of the jail system. And we got the family seeking justice. Now, I speeded this video up a bit because it's a 37-minute video, but I'm going to stop it and give my take on it. I'm not going to play the whole thing, okay, just for time reasons, but definitely it's another situation that we got to bring awareness to. Let's get it.
Coming out this morning under these very difficult circumstances for this family. I want to again introduce Christian Black's mother, Misty Black, her father, his father, Kenya Black, and thank again you all for coming. So first I'm going to start with the coroner's report. The reason why we call this press conference is because we want everyone to see what happened in that jail. The coroner's report, Ken Hartsbarger issued a report that said that the cause of death for Christian Black was mechanical and positional asphyxiation. What that means is that he was suffocated to death.
So they're saying he was suffocated to death. I don't know about all of the press conference. I mean, we can have a press conference, but just having everybody speak, you know, I think the lawyer need to do a better job of just let's get into the facts, getting awareness, because we be having the family speaking, they be emotional. And it kind of throws off of the facts we trying to stick to. Let's get it.
From the coroner's report, you'll see that there was no illicit drugs in the system. There was just a small trace of marijuana in the system. And the court said that the manner of death is homicide. As we know, the Montgomery County Jail has a history of deadly incidents. There's a pattern, a sickness, a failure of responsibility within the walls of the Montgomery County Jail. The problem is a system that has abandoned its obligation to humanity. And that needs to end today. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, we're going to show you a video of the inhumane treatment and the murder of Christian Black at the hands of the Montgomery County jailers. Attorney Gresham, and we have Attorney Anthony Pearson. Attorney Gresham is going to play the video, and you guys will see, you know, the very horrific treatment of Christian Black.
And I told you all before, we obtained this video from the Sheriff's Department. This is jail video with no sound, so don't expect sound on the video. It's been forwarded to everybody as a part of the press release. Give it to me after. We can talk about how you can access this. It's a little bit tricky, but this is what was produced by the County Sheriff's Department.
So it's our understanding that the Dayton Police Department is doing the investigation. Their deputies have body cams. Since they are still in the middle of their investigation, they have not released the body cams. We have done public records requests, and we are waiting for them to produce all the video and all the other things that we are asking for.
Did you also say you need the lights off for that? Okay. I will be, at some point, I will be navigating back and forth between multiple vantage points. The way this video works is you can monitor multiple vantage points at the same timeline. So at some point, it'll be easier for folks to see what's occurring, what's going
on. Now we are seeing.
So we'll acknowledge at this point, you can see in the video, Christian's having a crisis, and we'll recognize that the law enforcement does have to get in there and find a way to keep him from harming himself. But our issue begins when they go into that particular cell and they ultimately make a number of errors and decisions that amount to what we believe to be deliberate indifference and unlawful use of force. But I'll let the video speak for itself. But we wanted to make sure we were being transparent with respect to what occurred before the interaction with the correctional officer.
So he is trying to, he's trying to run the door over.
We believe that earlier in his admission to the jail, there's some interactions between he and other correctional officers and other individuals may have contributed to his mind state. But we're still investigating that particular aspect, but there's some evidence to support his mental status at the time that they come into that cell.
So they saying it was suffocation. He was suffocated.
And as you all know, the sheriff's office put 10 officers on administrative paid leave. You can count, I think, 9 officers in this particular video, but there's a total of 10 that are involved as well. And I want you guys to pay attention once we change viewpoints. We believe there's a nurse from NAF Care, which provides the medical care for inmates that are in the jail. pay attention to her conduct and how indifferent she is with respect to what's going on with Christian in this video once we change the venue. After they put him in the chair.
He's still breathing after the chair. These big bellies, man. And in no kind of shape.
And note the taser note is still in his stomach at the time all this is occurring. So they tased him and pepper sprayed him in the cell. Now, our understanding is this, as you can see from the description of this video, it's the post-book mental health area, room 141. So this is where he would have been placed after the prior incident early in the morning.
So they pepper sprayed him in the cell. You don't know the whole count to it before this. What is that thing they putting on his head? Yeah, this don't look. Just that they put all the officers on leave show that they did something.
As you're watching this video, I want you to pay attention to the coroner's findings that the positional asphyxiation is what ultimately caused Christian's death. You can see by the pressure that these officers are putting on him. My understanding is that's going to make it almost impossible for him to breathe, in addition to the spit mask and the way that they're holding his neck and his face leading up to this point. So that's the reason for the coroner's findings of homicide by positional asphyxiation.
So there's 10 officers right there. They say it's 9 that got the lead.
I'm going to change camera vantage points to keep in mind these are all simultaneous. What's occurring at the timeline you just viewed. Now, at this point, Christian unfortunately seems to be unresponsive.
He's dead at this point.
So they say he passed away,
based on
right?
his condition, I want you to pay attention to the indifference with which they treat him as a person.
His head is moving up and pulled back because they have his head strapped.
Yeah, the trunk hit him.
Yeah, they didn't have any control. He's not alive at this point.
Yeah, they see that he's not alive.
We believe this woman that you see in the video is one of the NAF care nurses. Jail policy is typically that you have to have a medical professional or staff around at the time that you place somebody in the restraint chair. Up to this point, she was uninvolved in this particular interaction, which we believe potentially is a violation of her medical duty to protect Christian as well.
So he passed right there.
At this point, nobody's begun any life-saving medical measures at this point. Nobody's rendered any.
Pulled out the taser.
Nobody's rendered any emergent medical aid at this point. Amazingly, this nurse comes back, and rather than start life-saving measures, she simply takes his blood pressure. She's got the blood pressure cuff. This is the decision she makes, is to take his blood pressure. Not conduct CPR, not try to revive him. And those of us who handle these cases know that time is of the essence when individuals are not getting oxygen to the brain. The longer this goes, the less likely it is to salvage that person and save their lives.
Is she in a room?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know her identity yet. We know it looks like she's affiliated with NAFCare, but we don't know her actual position. There's another nurse that comes in later, who we believe to be a nurse.
So let's see what the family. Pretty much he's gone at this point. Let's see what the family got to say about the video.
And this isn't easy for us to show, but we think it's important that data of the video. So you'll have his entire booking from pre-book to post-book, any prior incidents. But this is the interaction of importance. These officers didn't do anything what they were supposed to do here. They know better. They should do better. We don't have to think any further than George Floyd to know how positional asphyxiation works. These officers know how to conduct themselves appropriately. Simply because Christians acting in a particular manner, for whatever reason, doesn't give them the right to kill them. They're not the judge during execution. And the reality is they need to do better. And individuals who are in the jail are entitled to humanity. They're entitled to safety. And there's a story behind every arrest. It's a human story behind every arrest. And as a community, we need to stop devaluing the individuals that go into our jails simply because they're in our jails.
And currently, these correction officers and deputies are on paid administrative leave. We are asking that they be arrested, they be indicted, and they be convicted for the murder of Christian Black. We'll take questions if you have any.
I mean, Misty, I know that's not the first time you look at that, but each time you look at what goes through your mind when you look at that?
Just saying him take his last breath, and he didn't have to. It never should happen. But for me, it's now every time I see the video, it's knowing that I'm going to see him take his last breath again.
What are we doing about this jail? This is to the point of ridiculousness. You know, they need to change culture. They need to change administration. They need to change what's happening in this jail. There's too many injuries. There's too many deaths. And as a community, this has to stop.
You're correct. It's a lot of deaths, a lot of injuries that happen in the jail, a lot of wild behavior too. I mean, they control the jails and they it's a lot of weird stuff that go on in there. They need to put more cameras, need to have more body cam. I think it need to be the same way like the police officers. But like I say on my channel, this is a way crime pays, you know, to have a portion of people committing crimes going into the jail. It benefits the system, benefits the 500 plus companies that use slave labor, free slave labor. So this is a bigger problem than just, you know, us going to jail. Like Malcolm X and Fred Hampton used to say, we need to get the reparations, we need to get our own peace, and we need to be able to govern ourselves. If we can govern, we don't need to have another whole race that has a history of oppression governing us. That'll never work. It's gonna never work that way because that's the mechanism they use to keep us controlled. So let me know what y'all think about this video, man. It's tough to see who we got, the same lawyer, the same setup as he did with the Hinton family, and we'll see where this case go. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
You are totally dependent on other people to take care of your needs because you don't have those roots sunk into the ground. To have a community, you must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control 4 basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.